The Teller of Bala and a Lazy Man. In a small village named Safta, there lived a man named Bala. The village was known for its hardworking people. They worked in their farms, tended to their animals, and always helped each other. But Bala was different. He was lazy. While everyone else was busy working, Bala would sit under the big baobab tree, resting and doing nothing. Bala's friends and neighbors would always tell him, "Bala, you need to work hard like everyone else. If you don't, you'll have nothing to eat when the harvest season comes." But Bala would just smile and say, "Why should I work hard? The sun is too hot, and the work is too tiring. I'll find a way to get by without all that trouble." Bala believed he didn't need to work because he could always rely on others to help him. When he was hungry, he would visit his neighbor, Amina, and say, "Amina, I haven't eaten all day. Could you please give me some of your food?" Amina, being kind-hearted, would give him something to eat. When he needed new clothes, he would go to his friend, Oli, and say, "Oli, my clothes are torn, and I don't have money to buy new ones. Can you help me?" Ali, feeling sorry for Bala, would give him some old clothes. And when it was time to pay his debts or buy something, Bala would ask his uncle, Malam Musa, for help. Malam Musa, being a good man, would lend him money, thinking, "Maybe this time, Bala will learn to work and pay me back." But Bala never changed. He continued living his lazy life, depending on others for everything. As time passed, the villagers began to grow tired of Bala's laziness. They worked hard every day, but Bala just sat around, doing nothing. They started to talk among themselves, saying, "Why should we keep helping Bala if he refuses to help himself?" One day, the village chief called a meeting. All the villagers gathered in the square, including Bala. The chief stood up and spoke, "We are a hardworking people, and we take care of each other. But it's not fair for some to work hard while others do nothing. From now on, everyone must work for their food and shelter. If someone doesn't work, they will not receive help." Bala was shocked. He didn't know what to do. He had never worked a day in his life, and now he was being told he had to work just like everyone else. But Bala still believed he could find a way to get by without working. The next day, Bala tried to ask Amina for food again. But this time, Amina said, "I'm sorry, Bala, but I've worked hard for this food. If you want to eat, you must work too." Bala then went to Oli to ask for clothes, but Oli said, "I can't help you anymore, Bala. I need to take care of my own family. You should try working to earn what you need." Finally, Bala went to his uncle, Malam Musa, to ask for money. But Malam Musa shook his head and said, "Bala, I have helped you many times, but you never pay me back. It's time you learn to stand on your own feet. You must work like everyone else." Bala felt sad and confused. For the first time, he realized that his laziness had caused him to lose the support of his friends and family. But instead of deciding to work, Bala thought, "There must be another way. I'll think of something else." As the days went by, the weather in Safta changed. A big storm came, with heavy rain and strong winds. The storm destroyed many of the crops, and the villagers had to work even harder to save what they could. They all helped each other to rebuild their homes and farms. But Bala, still lazy, did nothing. He thought the villagers would eventually help him as they always did. But this time, they were too busy with their own problems. Soon, Bala's food ran out. His clothes became more and more worn out, and his house started to fall apart. Bala became very hungry, but no one offered him food. He had no money to buy anything, and no one would lend him money anymore. One day, Bala sat under the baobab tree, feeling very weak. He hadn't eaten for days, and he was too tired to think of what to do next. Just then, an old man named Dunlody, who was known for his wisdom, passed by. Dunlody looked at Bala and said, "Bala, why do you sit here doing nothing? Can't you see that your laziness has brought you to this point? If you don't start working, you will have nothing and no one to help you." Bala, feeling ashamed, replied, "I don't know how to walk, Dunlody. I've never done it before. What should I do?" Dunlody smiled kindly and said, "It's never too late to learn. Start small. Go to the fields and ask the farmers to teach you. Offer to help them in exchange for food. Little by little, you will learn, and soon you'll be able to take care of yourself." Bala thought about Dunlody's words and realized that he had no other choice. If he didn't start working, he would starve. So the next morning, Bala went to the fields. He found a farmer named Malam Bawa, who was planting yams. "Please, Malam Bawa," Bala said, "I want to work. I will help you in the fields if you teach me." Malam Bawa was surprised, but he could see that Bala was serious. "All right, Bala," he said. "I'll teach you how to plant yams, but you must promise to work hard." Bala nodded, and for the first time in his life, he began to work. It wasn't easy. Bala's back hurt, and his hands were sore from digging in the soil. But Malam Bawa was patient, and slowly, Bala started to learn. At the end of the day, Malam Bawa gave Bala some yams to take home. Bala was tired, but he felt proud of himself. He had worked for the food, and it tasted sweeter than any food he had ever eaten. As the days turned into weeks, Bala continued to work in the fields. He helped Malam Bawa and other farmers, learning new skills and earning food and money in return. The villagers noticed the change in Bala and began to trust him again. One day, the village chief called another meeting. When everyone had gathered, he said, "I have seen a great change in Bala. He has learned the value of hard work and has become an important part of our community. This is a lesson for all of us. Hard work brings respect and rewards, while laziness only brings suffering." The villagers clapped and cheered for Bala, who now stood tall and proud among them. He had learned the importance of hard work, and he never wanted to go back to his old lazy ways. Bala continued to work hard, and soon he had saved enough money to fix his house and buy new clothes. He even started his own small farm, where he grew yams, maize, and beans. And when harvest time came, Bala had more than enough food to eat. He never forgot the lesson he had learned, that only by working hard can you truly take care of yourself and earn the respect of others. Years passed, and Bala's farm grew bigger. He became one of the most successful farmers in Safta. The other villagers came to him for advice, and he was always willing to help, remembering how others had once helped him. Bala often thought about the days when he was lazy and depended on others. He realized how foolish he had been. He now understood that life was much better when you worked hard and earned your own way. And so, Bala lived a happy and prosperous life, always working hard and always grateful for the lessons he had learned. Moral lesson of the story: it teaches how hard work brings respect, rewards, and happiness. Laziness only brings suffering and shame.